Hello, Power Rangers fans, and welcome back to Rangers of the Universe. I'm Chris, and we are on the second to last day of Power Month. Only one more day celebrating everything Power Rangers. So, for this video, I'm going to be celebrating the Mighty Morphin Reunion Special, Once and Always. Now, with celebrating Once and Always, I'm going to be giving my takes and ranking all the Mighty Morphin returns we've had in the past 30 years. So all the specials, anytime a single even one of the Mighty Morphin Rangers returned, I'm going to be ranking them, giving my thoughts and opinions, something like that. So, first off, I'm not going to include Power Rangers Dino Thunder. That is an honorable mention. I know Tommy did return, but we also didn't see he was a mentor, and we didn't see him use the Mighty Morphin powers. He was Dino Thunder Black. So yes, that was a Mighty Morphin return, but he was also a main part and Ranger of that season. So that is an honorable mention and not going to be included in this list ranking because it's also a great season. So it ranked very high. Now, start off that list with honestly with definitely the worst Mighty Morphin appearance in, and probably my least favorite crossover of seasons, Grid Connection from Power Rangers Beast Morphers. Now, Grid Connection is my least favorite crossover, but I don't think it's a terrible one. It had a lot of issues, and also it was issues that weren't really Hasbro's fault as well. It was very out of place because how Saban skipped Neo Saban. They skipped over Beast Morph, Go Busters, and they went to Cure Uger. And this special, it was a Cure Uger special, where the thing is, it was a dinosaur special. We had the Cure Uger team. We had Abre Red and Tyranno Ranger, which is Mighty Morphin Red and Dino Thunder Red. We had them captured, and the Cure Ugers rescued them. And yes, the Beast Morphers team was in it, the Go Busters, but they were off doing a different side quest, so obviously they weren't there for that final battle. Now, thing is, with Dino, it would have made sense, but you had that big team morph battle type of thing, and the Beast Morpher Rangers, because of they were using footage, they weren't there in that same battle, so it didn't make as much sense. It wasn't a Beast Morphers reunion. I truly don't classify it as a Beast Morphers crossover because they weren't all that really involved in it. They had some involvement in it, but and with it being Jason, they also obviously they didn't bring back many. They did bring back Dino Charge Black, Red, Blue, and Gold, and then they had the suit actors for Pink and Green. But Mighty Morphin wise, they only had Jason, and in my opinion, Jason was extremely overshadowed in it. Austin St. John. When I was watching that special, I was more excited to see the Dino Charge Rangers. I mean, personally, I've always been more of a fan of Rocky than I have Jason. I think Rocky was a better Red Ranger. But it felt like the Dino Charge was definitely the standout. I mean, their Rangers also appeared in the episode before, too, because it was a two-part special, basically, kind of. But it definitely felt more like they took it over. They took like the attention off Jason. They were very standout of it, and I loved seeing like Chase, Tyler, Sir Ivan, Coda. They were great, and it just didn't feel as Jason didn't have as well as a comeback. He truly didn't, and it didn't really give that vibe of it. So I just wasn't too impressed by it, and it does rank last in the Mighty Morphin returns for me. I just don't think it was a good. It didn't have that usual specials we've had, those feels. Whether it's anniversary or crossovers, it just felt too Saban and Hasbro throwing it together to kind of be like, all right, it's our brand, something cool, where it didn't work. It would have been better if we saw a team like RPM, since it did kind of conclude the RPM cliffhanger we did. They could have at least gotten 2-3 of the RPM Rangers back to do that. So that's just my holding on that special in general, which you can check out my Beast Morphers video on the channel and Ranger Views where I talk about it more. But yeah, that's for Grid Connection at the number 7 spot. Now, number 6 spot is probably controversial. A lot of people will disagree with this. Forever Red. Now, Forever Red, we saw the return of 2 Mighty Morphin Rangers, but Tommy was Zeo Red in the special, so I'm not going to go into Tommy. Tommy had a bigger part in it more than Jason did. Jason was the last one to show up. And thing is, because that special had 10 Red Rangers in it, I just felt like Jason was more overshadowed once again. Same with Grid Connection. I feel like it was the same thing with Forever Red, where Jason wasn't the one I was most excited to see. Leo's my favorite Red Ranger, so I was excited with Leo, Tommy, Andros. TJ was even cool. I think TJ was definitely a big standout for me because, we didn't really have. Turbo was just such a weird and awkward season. We had middle of the season, the team leaving except for Justin, and TJ didn't have, he was a follow up to Tommy, so it was a hard follow up with it. So I really do like where more I think of that special. I think TJ was the standout, again, seeing him as Red. And my thing is, if they had it be, okay, Jason destroyed Serpentera somehow, some way, because he was the Ranger that faced it with his Thunderzord, Red Dragon Thunderzord, I feel like Jason would have been up there, and this special would be higher on my list for Mighty Morphin Returns. But I don't feel it had that great Mighty Morphin Return where you can pinpoint and say, this was an excellent return type of thing, like a lot of others on this list. So Forever Red is at 6. That's definitely definitely an unpopular opinion of where I ranked it. I definitely think it'd be much higher on like 95% of the fandom's list, but mine. But yeah, number 5, again, this would probably be lower in 6th or 7th place on most people's. The Super Mega Force Legendary Battle Extended Edition. The Extended Edition episode was so much better than the original episode of it. But the battle, yes, it definitely could have been longer. But Tommy is Mighty Morphin Green again, and you even see him with Saba rescuing the kid out of the car. I mean, I definitely think, when the special came, and I'm basing it off of who are you excited to see from it? And I mean, I was extremely excited. I think they got some awesome returns, at least, for the taking off the helmet scene and them joining the battle. Tommy was always a big one. Everybody was excited for Tommy. I had Leo Corone Damon, who I was also super excited for, Wes, But Tommy was that standout. We saw him suit up again as Mighty Morphin Green. I definitely would have loved the standout Tommy moment in the fight, too, where, we saw a lot of him. We had, a couple minutes of him fighting, or even, a minute standout. But overall, I think Tommy had a more meaningful behind it. There was more meaning. It was more of a nostalgia feel than Jason Forever Red gave. That's my true and honest opinion of that. So I do put the Legendary Battle at number 5. Now, number 4, you gotta go with Always a Chance from Power Rangers in Space. It is one of my favorite episodes, top 5 episodes for In Space in general. Adam is my all-time favorite Ranger. So seeing Adam return and not only be continue that mentorship role to Carlos and, guide him out of, because every Ranger does have, their doubts. We saw when Adam first became one, they had an episode where, he was going through self-esteem issues and had doubts being a Ranger. So it definitely was more meaningful in seeing him take that mentor role. Not only that, we did see him suit up back again as Mighty Morphin Black Ranger. He used the cracked morpher with the destroyed power coin and risking his life to, help Carlos against the monster because Carlos had handed in his morpher. He didn't have it in that moment. So it was an amazing appearance by Adam, and it was definitely a cool thing to see because of how things left off in Turbo, because Johnny Young Bosch didn't choose to leave. He was not one of them that did. He wanted to continue being a Ranger. So it was definitely awesome. An awesome appearance, definitely much needed, and I truly did like that one. So Always a Chance is going to be my number 4 pick for greatest Mighty Morphin returns. Now, number 3, I'm going to go with Dimensions in Danger, the 25th anniversary of Power Rangers that took place in Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. I mean, definitely the best episode in that whole series between Ninja Steel and Super Ninja Steel. You know, they brought back multiple Rangers, and we did have technically 3 Mighty Morphin Rangers return. We had Tommy, Rocky, and Kat, but Kat came back as the Pink Turbo Ranger, which was interesting to see. She came back as that one. If anything, if not Mighty Morphin Pink, I actually more expected Zeo Pink, because the Zeo powers also were never destroyed. They were just retired. But it was interesting to see that they chose Turbo Pink for her. So, we did have 3 Mighty Morphin returns, but I'm only counting Tommy and Rocky because, as I said, Kat was Turbo Pink, and I didn't count Tommy in Forever Red, or that would have ranked a little higher having both of them, because, as I said then, that I'll say now, he didn't use the Mighty Morphin powers. He used the Zeo then. So, Kat off the table. It was great to see her come back, but it was Turbo powers, not Mighty Morphin, so I'm not counting her with it. Now, even with Rocky, he was one of the captured Rangers, but Rocky definitely also had a great standout moment during the battle that I did enjoy. You know, during the battle, we saw some Rangers with where they had solo scenes in the fight against all the copy robot Rangers. You know, like Kat had one as Turbo Pink with, I think it was Sarah she was with. Yeah, I think it was Sarah, not Haley. And Rocky had a standalone battle as well, where we saw Rocky fighting all those Robo Rangers, which I think was absolutely incredible. So we got a standout moment with Rocky, seeing him suit up and battle again. But also, I mean, can't go around this. The Master Morpher, we saw Tommy with that. Now, in the show itself, we didn't get a very long look at it, but on YouTube, they did post, because then it was Nickelodeon, they did post an extended deleted scene of Tommy against his robot clone, where we saw him use Mighty Morphin Green, Mighty Morphin White, and then he used Dino Thunder Black and Zeo Red. And we also did see him use the Falcon coin to summon the Falcon Zord as well as Mighty Morphin White. So we saw all 3 of his Mighty Morphin powers in that special. And I mean that, I think it was like 2-minute and 30-second extended edition clip that they put out was absolutely phenomenal. So we did have, you know, as many problems as Super Ninja Steel did. Definitely this would have been an awesome special to be a 2-parter. But it was definitely a great special that I thoroughly enjoyed on a Mighty Morphin standpoint of a comeback. You know, I'm not going to go into some of the other Rangers that came back. They didn't really get those moments. They didn't even get many lines for that matter. But from a Mighty Morphin standpoint, we definitely got treated very well with Tommy and Rocky. They got great moments. So it does rank high on this list in 3rd place because it did have such awesome moments. And I mean, that Master Morpher. Gotta love it. Can't wait till the leaked toy of it comes out in the Lightning Collection. I will definitely be getting one of those sealed and one to display out of box because I absolutely love the Master Morpher. I mean, if you're a Power Rangers fan, who doesn't love the Master Morpher? You know, love to see Adam or Kat with one of those. It'd be cool seeing them because they both had 3 different powers. 4 if you count their Ninjetti coins as well. So, well, yeah, Kat had Pterodactyl from the Once and Always special too. So, yeah, they each have 4 powers. So, it'd be awesome to see. Now, number 2 is Once a Ranger. Once a Ranger is my all-time favorite anniversary special. And one of my favorite crossover. I do love the Power of Pink, the In Space and Lost Galaxy one as well. But Once a Ranger was absolutely fantastic. Now, Operation Overdrive is a season. You know, I don't have much. Operation Overdrive was a very troubled and mediocre season. But it gave us a phenomenal 15th anniversary special. You know, we saw one Ranger from each of the 4 previous Disney teams return, and they were led by veteran legendary Ranger Adam Park, Johnny Young Bosch. And as I said, Adam's my all-time favorite Ranger. And in the Japan version, Aqua Red was the leader. Aqua Red was the embodiment of all previous Red Rangers. So seeing Johnny Young Bosch, Adam Park, take up that role and him return as Mighty Morphin Black, I mean, that is an all-time amazing scene. All five of their entrants, I mean, they did very good picks as well. You know, picking Kira, Tori, Xander, Bridge, all very fan favorites. I think it was a good team that they chose to return for the Retro Rangers. You know, they were all excellent choices and fit very well. Honestly, those two episodes having the Retro Rangers, I was sad when they left and we were back on the Operation Overdrive team. I was like, damn, can the Operation Overdrive continue not having their powers? And we have these Adam and the other four for the rest of the season. I mean, they piloted the Operation Overdrive Zords great. They faced a ton of villains. And that's special just in general. We had also the nostalgia factor with not only Adam returning as Mighty Morphin Black, seeing him wield the Power Axe, but you also saw him, the nostalgia factor of Thrax, the son of Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed. So we saw Adam take on that and have a one-on-one battle against Thrax, and it was absolutely fantastic. We also saw him wielding the Defender vest. So as much as Mighty Morphin returns go, I honestly definitely love that return. I actually love that special more than Once and Always. I favor that because they had such a great return, and the entrances were cool, and Adam's morph in that sequence, because Disney couldn't use Saban footage, Disney had to do a new morph for Adam in that, and that is definitely my favorite, the absolute best morph we have gotten for Mighty Morphin. I mean, that morphing sequence, the volcanic background, and the helmet just shifting forward onto his face. I think it was definitely an amazing morph, you know, and amazing scene, seeing him come back and lead the team and all the standout moments he had. So among Mighty Morphin returns go, Adam Park definitely had a phenomenal one. You know, he had two phenomenal ones. Both number 4, as I said, was Always a Chance, his other one. But Once a Ranger, he did a fantastic, phenomenal return. And it was great to see him suit up as Mighty Morphin Black once again with those powers. And he will always be my favorite Ranger. So, Once a Ranger is in the number 2 spot. I really wanted to put it number 1. But I mean, if you're going Mighty Morphin Returns, this was a full Mighty Morphin 55-minute special. Number 1 has to be Power Rangers Once and Always, a Mighty Morphin reunion. I mean, you couldn't list anything over that for greatest Mighty Morphin returns. I mean, we had Walter Jones. We haven't seen him as Mighty Morphin Black since 1994 in Mighty Morphin Season 2. And even then, it wasn't really him. It was him for a very short period of time, because then him, Austin, and Thy Train went on strike. So it was like a dozen episodes of archive footage and stand-ins and having them barely involved in the plot and off doing their own thing. So, I mean, he was definitely heavily overshadowed by Adam, because Adam had the Mighty Morphin Black powers for longer than Zach Taylor did by that point, Walter Jones. So it was definitely amazing seeing Walter back, and especially David Yost, considering how he left the show, which can't wait to see him in Cosmic Fury. 1 month away, you know, absolutely, he's going to be on the main cast. We'll see him in the episodes with the Cosmic Fury team, so can't wait for that. That'll definitely be on this list too, because he'll be Mighty Morphin Blue again. But yeah, I mean, we got to see them two again, which I think was fantastic. And then, you know, we last saw Rocky and Kat, Catherine Sutherland, Steve Cardenas in 2018 for Dimensions in Danger. But this time we got to see Kat suit up as Mighty Morphin Pink and wield the pterodactyl coin for the very first time, because she took over during the Ninjetti powers during the Crane coin. So she never had the pterodactyl coin till now. And seeing Rocky get to be Mighty Morphin Red again. And you know, it even did justice, at least with, you know, yes, Amy Jo Johnson and the late Jason David Frank didn't return, but Hasbro at least did the honor where they did where the suit actors of Tommy and Kim, stand-ins, they were already morphed. It was at least their voices. Obviously due to other reasons, they couldn't use the voice. They did not choose to use the voice of Jason Austin St. John. But still, at least did that justice with, okay, we got the voices of Kim and Tommy too thrown in there. But, it was a very good special with even Aisha and Adam, them being in it. We didn't know in what capacity. It was great to see that even they did a throwback where they started SPA, SPD type of thing. SPA that becomes SPD and works coexisting type of thing. So it was amazing to see with that, which definitely is actually something that more makes sense because Adam learned about SPD teaming up with Bridge in Once a Ranger. So we even had a big like Adam and Aisha were involved in it and working on things, and ended with them taking all the captured Rangers, which included Tommy, Jason, and Kim, to Aquitar, to heal, to stop being Lightning Collection figures, basically. So yeah, it was just all around a great special. I already did a video review on it that's been on the channel for a while, so definitely check that out if you want me to tear my thoughts on it more in depth. But yeah, I mean, Mighty Morphin Return wise, you can ask for anything better than a reunion special. I think it was definitely awesome that we got it this year. Were there obviously some problems with it? Yes, it wasn't a perfect 10, but it was definitely a great special that I really loved, and I'm happy us as a fandom got to have. But yeah, I mean, this is my list of ranking all 7 Mighty Morphin Returns, obviously not including Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are, where you would rank them. I definitely think I would get many disagreements on where I rank Forever Red in there. Unpopular opinion, but we've had some amazing anniversary specials and some amazing MMPR returns. So it was definitely a hard list to judge. The top 3 were easy choices, definitely. That Master Morpher, and then Adam in Once a Ranger, and then just Once and Always. That was obviously Mighty Morphin Reunion, and it even did the death of and memorializing Die Trank amazing. I did not they'd go to that point where seeing Trini get killed and go flying off the cliff, but it just was an excellent memorial, especially in the end too, where we had Amy Jo Johnson's Kimberly Ann Hart singing, and a remembrance of the late Jason David Frank and the late Die Trank. So overall, we've just had some amazing appearances, and, I can't wait to see what the future holds for Power Rangers. Cosmic Fury, Billy's capacity in it, I absolutely cannot wait to see him fight Lord Zed again. Honestly, gonna be truthful, I hope he's at least the one that does the finishing blow and destroys Lord Zed type of thing, because it would just be some sweet nostalgia of that's how it's wrapped up. Billy being the one to finally end all the destruction Lord Zed has caused over the years. So, that's all for this video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and ring that bell for notifications. Also, be sure to follow the channel. Follow me on Instagram at Rangers_of_the_universe. I am doing a giveaway on the Instagram page that is active until tomorrow, August 31st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I live on the East Coast. It is a for Power Month giveaway. I started it on Power Rangers Day, the 28th. That's when it went live. It is an autograph and a Lightning Collection figure of your choice out of 5 options of ones that I have extra of, which are good choices. So, definitely follow me on Instagram, take part in that, and I'll see you soon with more Power Rangers, Super Sentai, and Tokusatsu content. So, be sure to stay tuned.